Welcome to Maven Chronicles. I am your host, Grace Mayele. On today's show, I had the pleasure to have DiDi, who's going to be with us to talk about the economy and also investing. I get a lot of questions again. I always like to emphasize on this. People that are looking for better financial solutions. So I thought, hey, what a better way to bring you DiDi so we could be able to kind of get into that, because I know that you have such a big background in finances. You've worked at banks. You've been on the market in the States. So you have a better understanding of that. I personally have none, so here I am. So talk to us a bit about what you do and also things that you can share with us, nuggets that you can give, especially from an entrepreneurial perspective.
Yeah. Well, it's just an honor to be here as well. I just want to congratulate you for the show.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Just because I think knowledge is power.
It is. It is.
And just for the fact that you bring such a bright type of knowledge on your show, this is just going to help your people. What's most important, the reason why I want to talk about finance is just because right now what we see, the events that we see in the market are really based on the situation about the economy itself. It's something that we actually took for granted because we've actually never experienced any type of trouble in finances since a long time. Like we never heard about it. Like all we heard about in history was how the world was coming to develop itself. We had the industrial time, and then we came to the computer time. But now our generation is faced with economic problem, which we need to understand in order to know where we're going for the future. So my background really is just I was just like a regular person who just evolved into society, went to school, but one of the questions that I was asking, I saw that you talk about important question as Christian in the market as well.
Yeah, the faith in the marketplace. Yeah.
I saw your interview with one of your guests, which was really interesting. I'm a Christian myself.
Yes.
So trying to fit in a society which was already pre-organized, basically, but going through it, I kind of had an issue between, do I just follow a pre-cut model or
do I create a new one?
Exactly. And what about the calling and like, how do I reconcile those two things? So I kind of had to learn. As you said, I went to school regularly.
You did what everybody does, the status quo, right?
Yep. Went to school, graduated, but I had questions to see as well. What's our role? What are we supposed to bring in the market? We're not just here basically to just be consumers or to just take advantage of what's already there.
That's right.
What's our role? So that's one of the reasons why I was interested in finances. I didn't want to learn from books. I wanted to learn from the market itself. So that's the reason why I wanted to work for companies, business entities that really manage money.
Let's stop you right here because what you're saying is very, very interesting. And I think this is a part where people need to pay attention. So we're going to take a quick break. When we'll come back, we'll be able to discuss more of that knowledge that you have and also just in terms of positioning as well.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I personally like to thank you for watching Luca's live show. It was a wonderful experience. Now, for the next season, we're going to be focused on experiences. With my old guests and new guests, we're going to talk about new experiences. It could be good and bad. Don't miss it every Monday, MalaikaTV.com.
You are watching MalaikaTV.com, the first Afro-Caribbean web television in Canada. New shows, new content, and a new image. Watch Malaika TV and enjoy your time.
Would you like to promote a social event, a music album, or a project in the Afro-Caribbean community? Even more, you just open a new business. It could be a drugstore or a barbershop, and you would like to attract more customers. The solution is quite simple. Buy an advertising space on Malaika TV and receive a bigger visibility in all the Afro-Caribbean community in Canada. For further information, please contact us on d.finance@malaikatv.com.
So we're back and we're talking finances and just a better understanding of what the economy is with DiDi. DiDi, you were mentioning some very interesting points, and I want you to be able to pursue. You mentioned that you did all this studying, all this study of the market. What I like is because you positioned yourself, and I think going back to the point you mentioned in terms of reconciling your calling, reconciling what your interest.
Yes, yeah.
How are you able to position themselves? Because you have a lot of people that want to kind of get into this, get into that, but they don't position themselves to learn. So how did you get to that point, or how did you go about this?
Well, that's one of the things that really made me find my place, basically, in my role, in my purpose. That's the reason I position myself in business. So the fact that I understood that as Christian, first of all, we're supposed to be the leaders. We're supposed to show people what we're supposed to do, and we're not supposed to be Christian just as a fashion model, but we really have serious problems that we need to find solution for.
That's right.
Okay, we say as Christian that we have a relationship with God, with the Father, the maker of all creation. It means that we're supposed to have His wisdom. We're supposed to have His direction. We're supposed to have knowledge on everything that happens on earth. Well, if someone is positioned with that type of wisdom, it's not supposed to be someone who's supposed to be a follower.
Right. And that's why you said you went into the market, because earlier you were mentioning, hey, you were into finances, you worked for a banking company, and then you went into the market. When you say you went into the market, where exactly did you go? Because that's positioning, just as you're saying, going where you're supposed to be to do the work you're supposed to do. So you went into the market, and I want people to understand, because you didn't just go anywhere. You didn't go in your backyard.
Exactly. One of the thing is that I needed to understand the society, how it's built itself. Okay, we're coming. I was born in Romania, grew up in Africa.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I grew up in Africa for 16 years.
Yeah.
One of the questions as well, which helped me to come to this point, is why is Africa so not organized, or why do we have so much war? Why?
There's no institution, basically. Yeah.
Exactly, and I was trying to understand what's the difference. What are we missing? And it's just because that I understood that life is about taking responsibility. Life is about building your future, building your environment. It's good to come in an environment which is already built, where they already thought about future generation. They provided for jobs, they provided for money, they provided for a system, and there's a system called education where you just have to go through that system. It's going to prepare you to be someone who's going to participate on building and maintaining our environment.
And this is where I find it's funny as far as finances are concerned, because as much as you have the education, as much as you have these systems, as much as you have this and that, we still go wrong with the way we manage our money. We still go wrong in the way we invest our money. We still go wrong even in the understanding. A lot of us don't even understand what money is, what cash is versus what currency is, and we're just getting kind of impoverished and just stuck in that cycle of and also poverty mindset. And it's like, okay, well, how do you get to a point where you can kind of sustain what you know and also understand what you don't know? And I feel like a lot of us don't understand what we don't know when it comes to finances. And this is why people are so scared to have like those money conversations, investment conversations, because you have banks confusing you. You have books that confuse you. You have school that confuses you. And sometimes I almost feel like they're not even giving you the proper platform that you need. So how do you get to that point of understanding, hey, this is the way? Is there really a way?
Yes, there is a way. And the thing is actually for us to take off this fear that we have of money. We need to have this conversation. We need to be real with our situation.
Yes.
This is where we are, this is where we're going. And it's important for us to search. You have to have conversation with banks. You have to look in books. You have to seek for people. There's a lot of people who talks about money. You have people like Susan Orman.
Yeah, she's great. I like following her.
Speak about money. You have Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes, Robert Kiyosaki is a great one.
Speaks about money. You have a lot of people who speaks about money.
Yeah.
And the most important for us is to actually be responsible. I mean, we take responsibility as building families.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. You know, I'm going to stop you right there. We're going to take another break because I really want us to talk about that responsibility and just leveraging the knowledge on that. So let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be able to expand on that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I personally like to thank you for watching Luco's Light Show. It was a wonderful experience. Now, for the next season, we're going to be focused on experiences. With my old guests and new guests, we're going to talk about new experiences. It could be good and bad. Don't miss it every Monday, MalaikaTV.com.
You are watching MalaikaTV.com, the first Afro-Caribbean web television in Canada. New shows, new content, and a new image. Watch Malaika TV and enjoy your time.
Hey guys, welcome to the second season of Maven Chronicles. I am your host, Grace Mayele. Make sure you catch me every Wednesday on the Maleka TV network. I am talking to your local favorites about business and your story, so make sure you tune in and watch and see what the network is all about. So yeah, like you mentioned, great books. I even read a lot. David Batch. You have people like Donald Trump that are great people. They're people that understand wealth, because there's a difference between money, richness, or I don't know, that's a word, but wealth, right? It's just having that wealth perspective, mindset, right? Mm-hmm. It's all about mindset, no?
It's all about mindset, but it's mindset, yes, but let's not take it as it's something specific to them. Mm-hmm. It's our relationship. We all have a relationship with money.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I agree.
We get paid. We have a job. We need to take the responsibility to know how to manage. Mm-hmm. Okay. The most important is we have to know as well that is something that organizes our society. Mm-hmm. Right now, when there's a problem with, a crisis about finances, it affects all of us. So we need to know what's our role, how are we supposed to manage it, in order to secure our future.
And also allow it to circulate, right?
Exactly. Now, the thing is, you ask a good question in the beginning when you were talking way before the break that we had. The most important is that we need to take off that fear of our money. We need to know what's our responsibility. We have a destiny. Our family depend on the knowledge that we have to manage money. Yeah. And as well, the society depends on that. I'm going to come back to my background where after seeing what's going on in Africa, I just knew that the crisis was about managing, taking responsibility to manage money. So what kind of solution I brought is I worked for companies like Bank of America. I wanted to know, this is a bank. How do they manage money? What do they do with money? And essentially what do they do is they take money and they know how to produce more money with that money, and how to secure as well the future of their company. This is important for us to know as well for our own family. We have money coming in. We have to know as well how to secure our future. We can't just be investing in big companies without thinking about the future of our family.
I appreciate it.
So the relationship that we're supposed to have with a financial institution is, how do we make money for ourselves to secure our family, and at the same time we're helping them make money, which they create jobs, which provide for us.
I really love how you're this is definitely your zone, and unfortunately time is just flowing and going and going. You seemed to have found a solution to certain things based on what you're doing. So just in closing here, if you could just kind of plug a bit of what that solution is, I could redirect I guess to what you do, and also the big project that you're launching. Unfortunately, we don't have time to go in depth into it, but if you could kind of plug that, and also just kind of give us your last wisdom on as far as that responsibility that you're talking about in terms of managing your finances and stuff.
Well, if I had the last word to say, it's just that we have to know that financial institution and everybody who manages money in relationship to what we receive as a pay, they seek for their interest. Yeah. Okay. Right now, the financial status of the world is not good. So it's more than ever important to know how you're going to secure the future. One of the solutions that we found that I'm involved in, I'm working with a company called Click. It's Consumer Loyalty International.
Yeah, I want you guys to really note that down, and we're going to be able to redirect it. Unfortunately, DiDi can go into depth about it, but where can they find the information pertaining to that, or how can we get a hold of you so people can be redirected to that?
The first thing, they can come to my Facebook. That's where I provide more information. Okay. We're working on the website. They can go to carteclick.com. So it's carte click in French, carteclick.com, or they can come to my Facebook. It's DiDi Nagawedi, Nagahuedi, but they'll see it. Awesome. Just come to my Facebook. I make sure that I inform the people around me to learn more about money and to kind of find security, because we're all concerned about what's going to happen with our family.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure to have you on. Unfortunately, I got to let you go. But guys, make sure you get in touch with DiDi. He is such a mastermind when it comes to finances, and also reinforcing as well that purpose-driven mindset that you need to have with your finances and your relationships. So if you're looking for a better relationship with your money, contact him. I will have all the data for you. Until then, see you next time.